So today we're starting a project that is needed to be done, like as soon as possible. And that project is a greenhouse. Now I've already marked out an area for said greenhouse, and I've kind of gone with this funky shape that I will try and make work. I don't see it not working. I mean, with the new building system in ASA, I'm sure it'll be easy. Ish. But yeah, this project is needed because of what I plan to feed the Gachas to get as many resources as possible out of the Gachas. And just for berry production and other stuff that I may need. So yeah, that does include berries. It includes the plant species Y traps, I think it is. When I got the seeds, yeah, bees. Yeah, plant species Y. So we're gonna try and produce as many as the plant species Y traps as we can for the Gachas. And we're going to try and build up a building, and I've already started crafting some structures. I've came prepared with some structures, and I have been messing around with some of the walls and some of the ceilings as well, and this shape will work just as long as I do everything correctly, and I don't mess anything up. So yeah, I know this is a building episode again, but if you do enjoy, please consider hitting the like button, and if you're new around here, consider subscribing so you don't miss any uploads. And yeah, we'll dive right in. I'll show you what I have in mind. So for the front, I'm thinking we have this little, extra bulking out shape. And then for the sides, we can just have this little tiny shape coming around like this. So at the front, we have this little weird shape here, which then will lead out into crop plots over here, etc. Whoops. So yeah, this is what the shape will look like. It'll be an odd shape, but I'm sure I can make it work. In these little cubby holes, I'm not sure what we'll have. Maybe just some storage. Directly in the middle, we are going to have a survivor mate going around picking up all of the crops out of the crop plots. And we're going to have them go, I think, into a fridge. And another thing, I have made sure to build this within the range of the tech generator as well. So any electrical structures we put in here, they will be powered by the generator that's up there. So this is as high as I'm going to go before I start sloping in these bits. And maybe this bit as well, and then going up further. But yeah, I'm liking the look of this so far. The only thing I'm not sure about doing is switching the foundations over to the wasteland. Because obviously it's a greenhouse, and greenhouses are usually made of metal and glass, etc. And this aesthetic kind of doesn't really fit a greenhouse. So we're probably not going to use the wasteland skins at all for this build. But so far it looks really good. I'm gonna start sloping these bits up first though, before I do anything else. So yeah. Right, so let's maybe make about 30 of these just to be safe. And we're gonna start sloping up the walls, or the ceilings rather. I also need the triangular roofs as well, so let's maybe make about 50 of these. Right, okay, one thing I am gonna probably do is throw all my stuff that I don't need onto my snow owl. Just because I'm carrying around unnecessary weight. And yeah, my snow owl has much more weight than I do, so yeah, we're gonna throw everything we don't need onto the owl. I'm gonna keep that just in case though. Um, yeah, I think that's everything I need, or don't need rather. So let's jump down here. Maybe not. Actually, we're gonna do this. Whoop. Some laggities. And then what we can do from here is we can do something like this. And then from this bit, we can just do the exact same thing that we just did. So we can go along and do this. Oops, there we go. And for some reason that doesn't line up, and I'll tell you why it doesn't line up, because I am an idiot and didn't realize that yeah, I'm an idiot. That's all that needs to be said. And then what we can do from here is we can just do, whoops, didn't mean for that to place there. Place. Just place that back right there. And then this bit is just the same as the front. Do 2 of these. And you have to be kidding me. Where's that Rex? So yeah, hopefully by the end of this, we'll have a quite funky looking greenhouse. But at least it will be something that at least I haven't seen before. If other people have made greenhouses like this in ASA, then fair enough. I just haven't seen it done before. But yeah, I'm not claiming this as my own original idea because, you know, I don't know what the community has and hasn't done. Right, so we're gonna start getting these sloped ceilings in, or the sloped roof, sorry, my bad. And I'm gonna start with these, and then I'm gonna start with... Well, I'm gonna start with these bits first, since they are lower down. And then we're gonna get these sections up here. Now, I'm not sure if ASA is any different, but in ASE, what used to happen, if you were snapping sloped roofs from one side of a building to another, it would slightly hang off on one end. Now, again, I'm not sure if ASA is any different. If it is, then fair dues to wildcard for fixing it. But if it isn't any different, then I'm just going to do it the old-fashioned way. And I'm not 100% sure if what I'm doing right now is going to work or look decent. If I can get the snap point, because I would like to try it out. And yeah, just as I thought. So for this bit, what I'm thinking is we just keep on going... I'm not 100% sure, actually. Hold on. So what we could do is we could try one of... Oh, hold on a second. That's not... Okay. Kinda got myself in a little bit of a pickle here. So, oh, whoops. So let's maybe try one of these and then try... Unless what I do instead is I bring this... Nope. If I bring this down like this, and then bring these across like this, then do the same thing on this side. Yeah, ASA is the exact same. Do you see that? So if I just continued this bit along, it would slightly hang off the other end, which looks ugly, to be honest. Hold on a second. Oh, hold on a second. I think I've just found a way to do this. There we go. And then from these bits, we can just do flat roofs, I think. It's very difficult to actually like figure out what needs doing. But this already looks more promising than what it did like 5 minutes ago. So at least there's that. But the only problem is linking up to this. That's the only issue. So I'm thinking we could do here is we could we could do this and then do right, you know what? I think I've come up with a solution here. We do this and it's gonna have a weird funky pattern in the middle, but I think I've solved it. So what I did, I'll show you just now actually. Show you on this side. So what I did is I did obviously these corner pieces here. And then I did, that'll give me the snap point. I did one of these and then one of these. And then I did the exact same thing on this side. One of those, and then one of those, and then one of those, and then just went this, and this. So, if I'm correct, that should line up perfectly. When it comes to the ceilings, that should line up perfectly. So what we need right now, we need 9 ceilings and 2 triangles. And that is a really funky greenhouse design. And again, I'm not sure if anyone's done it before. I personally haven't seen it. But if someone else has done that design for a greenhouse, then fair dues. We just need some ceilings. We need, I think, 9 of these. And then we need 2 of these, I think. I think it was 2. I'm pretty sure it was 2. And then that's the exterior finished. So we just need to work on the interior. Anyway, we're going to get the pillars in. Just for some, you know, some just extra depth to the build. So we're going to get some of these. And we're going to add some pillars along it. And again, I'm not going to change it to the wasteland skins because, to be frankly honest with you, the wasteland skins do not... What? The wasteland skins do not fit the aesthetic of a greenhouse whatsoever. So instead, we're just going to use the normal metal pillars and have them running along the build. So we're going to snap some stuff like this. We're going to snap some pillars like this. And then what I think we're going to do is we're going to run some pillars along the top ends like this. So yeah, this build is going to be very pillar heavy. Because obviously it's a metal building. It's a metal build, so it's going to be... It's going to need a lot of structural integrity, and it's going to need a lot of reinforcements, especially in an area like the Badlands, or Wastelands, sorry. I'm thinking of Minecraft. Even though I haven't made a Minecraft video on this channel quite yet. And I do intend to do that, by the way. I have every intention of... Whoops. Making a Minecraft video. I'm just not sure when that will release as of April 28th when I'm recording this. So what I might also do, I might just run some pillars along the top end, the top of the greenhouse like here. So yeah, I'm gonna need more pillars basically. If I want to do this sort of decorating with pillars. I'm not sure if I necessarily want to have pillars here, but where I do definitely want to have pillars is along the top. So that's 4 there from what I've just, you know, scoped out. I'm not sure where else I'm going to be using pillars. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe on this bit here. I'm not 100% sure where I actually want them. Yeah, I have no idea. Yeah, let me get those 4 pillars in. And, well, making more pillars. And yeah, I'm loving the look of this already. I might, yeah. Yeah, actually, yeah, looking at it from the outside. Okay, pillars and railings, that's what we need. We need pillars and railings. So yeah, from this bit, I think we're gonna have railings coming up the build like this. And then meeting up here. So if we have some railings come down like this, I feel like that would make it look more, you know, greenhousey and more metal-y, I think. Because that's kind of the look I'm trying to go for. I'm trying to go for a reinforced look because obviously we're out here in the wastelands and it's harsh conditions. So the crops would need, you know, extra protection from the boiling temperatures and all that type of stuff. So yeah, I'm trying to go for a very reinforced look for this build. What we can also do, we can maybe have railings coming across like, oh, whoops. Like this. And of course I'm 1 railing short. Oh, right, okay, yeah, that adds a lot to it. Yeah, that adds a lot. What if I was to do something like this? What would that do? Oh, that adds too much. Oh god. Yeah, that adds way too much. But yeah, that really adds a lot. So maybe if we can get 2 more railings here on both ends of the greenhouse, then I think that would look a little bit better as well. I'm not sure what else I can add, really. Other than a few more railings on each side, plus that one, so that's about 5. And then 4, so that's 9. Then another 4, that's 13. And yeah, I think that's the build complete for the exterior, but for the interior, it's going to take a little while longer. Okay, so let's see how many of these we can make. So ideally, I would like the large ones. And we can actually make 100 of them. So screw it, we're going to make 100 of them. And I do need to give this thing stairs so I can actually access it. But yeah, the interior isn't much. It's literally just, you know, a massive greenhouse. And I believe we will get the greenhouse effect, like max greenhouse effect in here, which is good. Right, so what I want to try and do is... I've just realized that won't work. Unless I do something like... you know what, that kind of works, I think. And then can we have... this? No. That's unfortunate. See what I would have done? I would have done something like this that you could have done in S Plus on ASE, but unfortunately you can't do it on ASA. It would basically just be a way of like adding, you know, like slants into builds, which is how I used to do it. And probably how everyone used to do it actually. On ASE. Yeah, so something like this would be done on ASE. And to be fair, it does look really cool on ASA. The only thing is the little like glitchiness in between the structures. That's the only thing I don't like. So that's why I'm not going to use it, and I'm only going to use it for up here. Oh! Oh, damn! I've just seen these as well. I might actually keep these. That shotgun I don't need. But these? Damn! You know what? I might keep them. Everything else can just go in the grinder. And... I don't need that. I don't need that either. Oh, my game's frozen. There we go. Just throw all that. Wait, hold on. No, that's not mine. That can't be grinded. Neither can this. That can go in there. Okay, right. Let me check my blueprint thing. Because I tend to turn gear into blueprints using a mod that I play with. Cheaty, I know, but you know, it's my save. I can do what I want. But yeah, I tend to turn gear into blueprints and craft them that way rather than going out and finding blueprints, because I've noticed I've noticed that the blueprints that I find are crazy expensive. Another thing I can check is right. I actually don't have a blueprint for a pike, so I'm gonna take that and go in here. That metal can go in there. I actually didn't get a lot of element dust from that. That's surprising. Because usually I get a ton. But oh well. Throw that in there. Yeah, so the metal's smelting. And all of this will just get grinded. Right, so crop plots have crafted. Just to check, they do snap to each other, so that's good. So for this, I'm thinking we do 4, and then we do another 4. So then this can be where we have. Oh, they snap to each other. Oh, that's really useful. Anyway, so this can be where we have the plant species Y, and we can have some storage over here for them automatically going into. So we can maybe do something like this. I'm not entirely sure if this is the layout I want to go for. But what I do know is I want a decent amount of crop plots producing the Y traps. Because the Y traps I'm going to use for gachas, so I want a lot of them. So these 24 plots are going to be for Y traps. So, and then the rest will be for berries. I'm not sure if I want to go fully up to the door though. That's my only concern. I'm not sure if that would look bad. I also kind of want to stack the crop plots as well. So if we have... If we have them double stacked, and then just have these stacked up to 6, then maybe that will do something, I guess. I'm not entirely sure. We do need every type of berry, I think, or every major type of berry. So all of these crop plots here at the back will be narcos, tintos, stimberries, I think, for the next one. And then these other crop plots will be for the different types of berries. I'm not sure if I want to do azul, amar, majo, stem, or whatever we don't do over here, and then do the rest of them. I'm not entirely sure how I want to do it just yet. I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. I'm just wanting to lay out where the plots are actually going to go. And to my fortune, they are all irrigated from what I'm seeing. Thankfully. So I don't need any taps down here. So yeah, that's also great. So I think I'm going to stick with this. And we're going to have berry storage on this side. And we're going to have the Y traps over here. And I think we're going to get 2 survivor mates in here. One of them for Y traps. And then one of them for berries and seeds. And the rest of the seeds and all that stuff, we're going to go on this side. Right, that is all the Y-trap plots done. And I think I'm only going to do the Y-trap plots, if I'm going to be honest. I can't be bothered doing the rest of them. So one thing I do want to do for this greenhouse is I do want to get a dung beetle. Or at least one. Maybe get two. But yeah, that is probably going to be it for today. I know we haven't done much, but well, I know we haven't done as much as I would normally do in a video. However, I think this greenhouse, when it's up and running, is definitely a step in the right direction. For obviously gachas, and for everything else that I need to prop for. And once I get this bad boy up and running, it will definitely produce like there's no tomorrow. And between now and my next video, I may come in here and add some more decorations. I may add some lights. I may bring down these pillars a little bit. As in like have them coming down into the main bit. But yeah, that is going to be it for today. If you enjoyed, do hit the like button. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. And I will see you in my next video.